I think you're right, and the key is that Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and we're starting to get more and more of that vote in. Florida, the Trump people feel confident about at this hour, but Georgia, North Carolina, question marks. It's part of his path to 270. He can clearly get there. It's not as big a window as the Trump people wanted, I think, at the beginning of the night.
Yeah, again, it's not what we expected. I mean, certainly if you live in the world that I live in, the media world, the political world, I mean, not many people believe the president had any chance whatsoever. I mean, none. I mean, this was going to be a blue wave. This was going to be an early night. And again, we don't know. It's 8/18. We don't know the outcome. And I think it's always been a pretty tough race for the incumbent president. But it's not what people thought it was last night. And again, you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why is the demonstrated reality so different from what purportedly smart people said it was going to be? And again, I don't know the answer to that, but we're going to have mountains of data. This is the second election in a row that people paid to get it right apparently got it wrong. And I just think it's important to learn from your mistakes, and I hope that we do. I really do, and take them seriously. Like, well, how do we screw it up? We, in effect, lied to people. How did that happen?
You know, with the Hispanic vote, Tucker, when I look across the tabs on a number of states, it looks like the president, and this is obviously very early looking at this data, it looks like he's doing better with Hispanics than with African-American voters, at least in the states that we have seen coming in so far, and that could change throughout the evening. But you know what everybody, the sort of conventional wisdom on Florida is, oh, well, that's just the Cuban vote, and Cubans are Republicans. Right. That's what we've been hearing over and over again. Do you think that holds up to be true, or do you see this Hispanic trend being broader than that across the country?
Well, I mean, I would just say two things. Again, Donald Trump did better in Florida, in Miami-Dade, 70% Hispanic county this year than he did 4 years ago. Florida is actually less Cuban. The Hispanic population of Florida is, I mean, just to be precise about it, since you ask, is less Cuban than it was 4 years ago. And it is a very diverse community. I mean, not everyone we call Hispanic is, from the same culture, has the same views, obviously. And we should always be clear about that and not pretend that all people of any group are the same, because they're definitely not. I just think it's interesting that the emphasis from the leaders of the Democratic Party for months has been on race and racism, and the conversation we've been having as a country has been about racism. You would expect, and their intent, of course, the whole point of this was to affect political outcomes. It's really remarkable, no matter what the final result is, that this president, specifically this one, denounced every day as a racist, is doing better with non-white voters. And again, I do think that the BLM message is clearly very appealing to a lot of white suburban voters. It's clearly very unappealing to a lot of non-white voters. Who expected that?
Yeah, we've got a call real quick. Stand by, Tucker. President Trump will